Have you ever been to Times Square? It's a place that almost everyone recognizes, even if you've never set foot in New York City. The energy, the lights, the sheer spectacle. Times Square is the beating heart of Manhattan, a symbol of America's endless hustle. It's the crossroads of the world. Bright lights, endless noise, and crowds from everywhere. On a normal night, you'd see a sea of faces, hear dozens of languages, and feel the pulse of a city that never sleeps. But lately, the chaos has faded. The once bustling sidewalks are strangely quiet, and the constant hum of excitement has been replaced by an unfamiliar calm. The crowds are thinner, the noise softer, the neon signs still glow, but they shine over empty pavement instead of packed throngs. You can actually cross the street without bumping into a dozen people. There's space to breathe, to pause, to notice details you'd usually miss in the rush. It's as if someone turned down the volume on America's biggest party. The city feels like it's holding its breath, waiting for the crowds to return. And it's not just New York. Across the country, famous destinations are experiencing the same eerie quiet. The Grand Canyon echoes with emptiness, its vastness now matched by the silence of its overlooks. The Golden Gate Bridge sees fewer tour buses, its iconic span crossed by only a handful of visitors. America, the land of the blockbuster and the epic road trip, is losing its audience. The highways that once bustled with rental cars and RVs are now strangely quiet. The world is quietly swiping left on the USA. The signs are everywhere. Fewer selfie sticks, quieter souvenir shops, and empty shelves where trinkets used to fly off. There's less chatter in foreign languages, fewer excited voices echoing through hotel lobbies and city streets. This is America's hidden tourism crisis. It's not making headlines, but it's changing the face of travel in the US. It's not a dramatic disaster, but a slow, steady decline. Each canceled vacation, each empty hotel room, each missed opportunity quietly chips away at the industry. Each student who chooses Australia over California, each traveler who picks another destination, adds up. The ripple effects are everywhere, from empty classrooms to vacant airplane seats. The land of dreams is finding fewer people dreaming of visiting. The icons of America are standing alone, waiting for admirers who may not come. For a country that's always been the ultimate destination, that's a tough reality. The emptiness is more than just physical, it's emotional too. America was once the place you saw in movies, the brand everyone wanted to experience. People saved for years, navigated the visa maze, and dreamed of seeing the stars on Hollywood Boulevard or the vastness of Yellowstone. They came for the skyscrapers, the national parks, the Hollywood magic. The promise of adventure and discovery was irresistible, but now the magic is fading. The brochures gather dust and the walk of fame is eerily quiet. The invitation feels less welcoming and the world is starting to look elsewhere. The question is, why? What changed? And can America win back its audience? Not long ago, America was the world's top travel destination, a place where every traveler dreamed of visiting at least once in their lifetime. The United States was the ultimate bucket list country, drawing millions from every corner of the globe. You hadn't really traveled until you'd snapped a photo at the White House or braved a New York hot dog from a bustling street vendor. These were the iconic experiences that defined a trip to America. From the dazzling neon of Las Vegas to the breathtaking peaks of Colorado and the magic of Disneyland, America truly had it all: adventure, culture, and excitement at every turn. But then, the script flipped. The star of the global tourism show is now getting fewer callbacks and the crowds have thinned. Even before the world shut down, US tourism growth was sluggish while other countries soared ahead, welcoming more and more visitors each year. The global travel pie got bigger, but America's slice shrank. Once the main course, now just a side dish on the world's travel menu. Europe and Asia rolled out red carpets, simplified visas, and made tourists feel truly wanted. They invested in hospitality and made entry a breeze. Meanwhile, visiting the US started to feel less like a vacation and more like an audition. Long lines, endless paperwork, and uncertainty at every step. The perception shifted. The land of the free became the land of long lines and complicated forms, where excitement turned into exasperation. What happened? It's a mix of things. Policy changes, global competition, and shifting traveler expectations. Stories of rough border experiences, political rhetoric, and other countries simply trying harder to attract visitors all played a part. America assumed people would always come, but in a competitive world, that's a risky bet. Tourists have more choices than ever before. The world has changed, and America is still catching up, clinging to old ways while others innovate and adapt. The numbers don't lie: fewer visitors, less excitement, and a shrinking share of the global spotlight. The US can't coast on its reputation anymore. The world is moving forward, and America risks being left behind. It needs to recognize the competition and step up its game if it wants to win back the world's attention. The days of automatic appeal are over. Now, every country is fighting for every tourist. The world is moving on, and unless America adapts, it may just disappear from the top of travelers' lists. Airports are a country's front door, a first impression for millions of visitors, business travelers, and returning citizens alike. They're the bustling gateways that connect America to the world, pulsing with energy and anticipation. But lately, America's airports have been eerily quiet, their usual hum replaced by an unsettling silence. Airlines have slashed international flights, grounding once busy jets and rerouting them to other continents. The sight of idle planes has become all too common. The demand for international travel just isn't there, and departure boards tell the story. Canceled flights, empty gates, and fewer destinations. International arrivals at major hubs like JFK, LAX, and Miami have plummeted, leaving baggage carousels and customs halls nearly deserted. While domestic travel has rebounded, filling terminals with local travelers, the international side remains a ghost town, missing the energy of global visitors. That means millions of travelers aren't renting cars, booking hotel rooms, or picking up I Heart NY shirts and souvenirs. The ripple effect is huge. These aren't just statistics. They're empty seats in waiting areas, silent hotel rooms, and tour buses idling with no one to board. Entire industries feel the absence. Flight attendants now walk down half-empty aisles on transatlantic flights, preparing cabins for passengers who never arrive. For the lucky few passengers, it means extra space and quiet. But for airlines and the tourism sector, it's a financial nightmare that threatens jobs and livelihoods. This isn't just a temporary dip, it's a persistent trend, visible day after day, as terminals remain empty and the usual crowds never materialize. The U.S. Travel Association has been sounding the alarm for years, warning that America's share of global tourism is slipping away. Other countries are making it easier to visit, streamlining entry with digital kiosks and fast-track immigration, welcoming travelers with open arms. They're also launching clever, eye-catching ad campaigns inviting the world to explore their cities and cultures. Meanwhile, the US is seen as putting up more barriers: long lines, strict paperwork, and tough security checks that frustrate would-be visitors. The result? Ghost flights, empty gates, and a sense of opportunity slipping away. The crisis is happening in plain sight, 30,000 feet in the air and on the ground below. America's allure as a destination is fading. The world is choosing other destinations, places that feel more open, more welcoming, and easier to visit. The question is, will America notice in time, and take action before its airports become permanent symbols of missed opportunity? First impressions matter, and for many, America's first impression is a stern border officer and a long, stressful queue. Stories of hours-long questioning and invasive searches spread quickly. Instead of feeling welcomed, visitors feel like suspects. Imagine saving for years, flying 12 hours and being greeted with suspicion. That's the story people tell when they get home, not the Grand Canyon sunset. It's not just a few bad experiences, it's a global perception. The US border is seen as difficult and distrustful. Why endure that when Canada, Portugal, or New Zealand offer a warmer welcome? Travelers have choices and they're choosing dignity and ease. The loss of trust is profound. If the front door feels hostile, who wants to come inside? America's attractions can't fill themselves. Tourism and politics are inseparable. America's recent rhetoric, travel bans, walls, tense diplomacy, sends a clear message: you're not welcome. Even families from friendly countries feel the chill. Foreign policy becomes an unofficial tourism slogan. When the US targets certain regions, the effect ripples out. Chinese group tours get canceled, travel advisories go up, and visitor numbers drop. The perception of America as divided and unpredictable is a turnoff. Tourists want safe, welcoming destinations, not a country in crisis. Until the political climate calms, many will choose friendlier places. The global perception has shifted. America's instability is costing it visitors. When even your neighbor stops visiting, you know there's a problem. Canadians once flocked south for shopping, sun, and city breaks. Now more are skipping the US for Mexico, Europe, or the Caribbean. The reasons? Hassle at the border, bad exchange rates, and a sense that America isn't as friendly. This shift is a huge economic blow. Border towns and tourism states feel it first. Billions in lost revenue, fewer Canadian license plates on the highways. If your best friend avoids you, it's time for self-reflection. Canadians know America well. If they're staying away, the welcome sign is broken. It's not just about distant visitors, it's about losing your closest allies. The message is clear. America needs to fix its approach, or risk losing even more. Europe once saw America as the land of dreams and adventure. Now, the headlines are about division, unrest, and stress. For Europeans with generous vacation time, America seems less appealing. Why spend your holiday in a place that feels angry and complicated? Young travelers are choosing Thailand, Greece, or South America instead. The US is seen as expensive, hard to enter, and culturally tricky. The cool factor has moved elsewhere. America is no longer the default big trip. The magnetic pull has weakened. Millions still visit, but many are skipping it. Rebuilding that sense of wonder is a monumental task. The brand needs a reboot. So, how does America fix this? It starts with admitting there's a problem and realizing the competition is fierce. The entry experience needs a total overhaul. More staff, better training, and less intimidation. Technology can help, but the goal is a warm, efficient welcome. Beyond airports, America needs a consistent message of hospitality. A stable, less divisive political tone would help. Major campaigns should highlight not just landscapes but the country's diversity and openness. Rebuilding trust is key. Policy must match the promise of the Statue of Liberty. Simplify visas, engage in positive diplomacy, and make visitors feel valued. The world is full of beautiful places. If America wants to be at the top again, it has to try. The welcome mat needs more than a shake. It needs a total refresh.